Both tie bottle like the mall. Y'all crack my rim, patch it up and baby. Slum dirt, patch it up, baby. Y'all ride 24 champ, baby. Y'all Batman John, you too hard. Y'all better fence back up in the league. All the money got me kicked up out the league. Y'all Mr. Will got blood on the league. Slum the Margaret Russell in the league. Get your shit together, come up, family gon' cherish you, nigga. Don't let your ego and your pride embarrass you, nigga.
What's up, Stat Fam? I told you we was coming back with another one. They underestimated Larry Bird in college. Then he did the impossible. This is a live reaction. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that sub button, and comment below. Let's get it. Shout out to the Lord for another one. Hey, it's legendary. Every video, man, I feel it every video. Hey, it give me chills every video. It's legendary every video. We thank you, Lord, every video. It's Game 7. Shout out to them real junkies. Shout out to them real crackheads. Shout out to them real legends. Mama, grandma, auntie, aunt, the real. Let's run these errands. Let's get down to business. Shout out to y'all. Now, hey, it's another one. You better thank them. We thank you, Lord. Smile, nigga, huh? We thank you, Lord, for another one. Hey, it's a blessing. Hope everybody enjoying their day. Don't fake it now. If you're going through it, you're going to get through it. Your time coming. Shout out to the Lord. Wait your turn now. Don't hate your turn. It's big around here now. We thank you, Lord, for another one. It's Game 7. Smile, smile, smile. It's going to get better. Smile, huh? That's the real one. We thank you, Lord, for another one. That's all I want to do is smile again. You hear me? Huh? The real one, the happiness. It's big around here. Shout out to y'all. Don't forget y'all legendary. We about to get in here. Let's get down to it. It's live now. You feel me? It's live. We thank you, Lord. It's Game 7. And don't forget again, y'all legendary. I love this shit. Every vid. I'm gonna give you one view. I really love this shit. You hear me? In real life. We thank you, Lord.
But Shannon, you grew up a fan of one Larry Joe Bird. And I got to tell you, the harder I look at what Larry Bird did with an Indiana State team, well, Larry Bird basically picked 4 guys from Terre Haute and said, you guys come out here and let's go try to win the NCAA championship. And I've never seen anything like what Larry did. Larry Bird took them to 33-0. And when you look at what they did, again, I'm going to give, I know what you're talking about, most important. Yeah, I got it. But most important or most valuable to one season, man, what Bird did was just off the charts. We've never seen anything like that. It's just hard to go that far with that little. And Larry Bird did so much with so little. Larry gets it to Heaton. He's the touchdown.
Larry had to do more with less. I think, frankly, that Larry Bird getting the 1978-79 Indiana State team to the finals with a 33-0 record is the single greatest personal achievement in the history of college basketball.
But one of the greatest college basketball seasons of all time almost didn't happen, because when Larry Bird was a freshman at Indiana University, he dropped out after only 2 weeks on campus. To everyone's surprise, Larry had given up his basketball career and gone back to his hometown of French Lick, Indiana, to become a garbage collector.
They talk about the garbage in French Lick. It takes about half a day to pick up all the garbage, so that was a very small part. But you know what, Mark? It's a job. I never thought I was too good to do anything. I'd do it today if I had to. But a lot of things were cutting trees down, painting curves, cleaning the streets, laying asphalt. We did everything.
But when Bill Hodges, the head coach of Indiana State, went to French Lick to meet Larry Bird for the very first time, he said one thing to Larry that struck a nerve so hard that it made Larry change his mind from being a garbage collector to being a cold-blooded killer on the court. And Larry's first victims were Indiana State's starting five.
You know, when I got to Terre Haute, Bob King, he asked me what I knew about players in the state, and when Larry was a junior, he wasn't very big then. He was about 6'3", but I guess he's grown quite a bit since then. I saw him play in the All-Star game. That he's really good. He said, well, let's go get him. And I got a hold of a kid that had played high school ball. He was a senior when Larry was a junior. He was one of Larry's best friends. He went home and talked Larry to coming up there to visit, and I think he had Kevin Carnes with him and 2 or 3 other kids, and they came out and played against our best 5 players, and they wore their jeans. I tried to give him a pair of shorts to wear, he wouldn't wear them, and they went out and just whooped our guys in their blue jeans. They didn't just beat them, they wore them out.
This mentality is one of the rare traits that only a select few of the all-time greats had. And when Kevin Pritchard, who played 6 years in the NBA, was asked about his most memorable experience, Larry Bird's mentality was at the top of the list.
Pritchard with 1 second, he'll pop the three!
Bottoms.
It counts! Kevin Pritchard, as if he knew it all along.
Well, I mean, I played for the Celtics and Larry Bird. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. You know, seeing him on a daily basis, seeing how he saw the game, how it came so easy, and how just such a masterful player he was. I think the thing you know about Larry is that he's ultimately super confident, right? I mean, he knows he's going to make the shot, and okay. And I kid with people all the time about that, and I try to explain how I see it, how his confidence is. And I think the way I would explain it is this. If aliens were coming down to the earth and they said, listen, we're going to give you 1 shot to make 1 free throw, or else if you make it, earth goes on living, you miss it, we destroy the earth. The thing I would do is I would hand the ball to Larry Bird. Larry would make the free throw and he'd go, where are we going for lunch?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah.
And I don't know how he does that, but he's just got this ability to take all the clutter, all the noise out, and just play basketball or see basketball. And to me, that's a special talent. You know, everybody tries it. I'll give you another example. We go down to his ranch and we throw beanbags, you know, cornhole toss, right? Mm-hmm. And the guy is world class. And he turns into he just kind of plays for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it gets close. He becomes, I'm telling you, I would put him against anyone in the universe at doing it, because he'll go 4 in a row, 4 in a row, 4 in a row. And I don't know how he can turn that on like he does. It's an amazing gift that he's been given. And you know what? To be honest with you, he takes full advantage of it.
Yeah.
He's one of those kind of guys, to me, that whatever his ceiling is and whatever he does, he's going to hit it.
And as soon as Larry Bird stepped on a college basketball court, his opponents could already tell that Larry Bird was just on another level, like the first time when Bill Lynch, as a senior at Butler University, played Indiana State when Larry Bird was just a sophomore.
Yeah, this is true. My senior year, we played him twice. We were playing Indiana State home and home back in those days. And he was a sophomore, and he just beat our brains out, to tell you the truth. The very first time we played him, it was like one of the first possessions down the court, and I got switched off on him. So the ball goes up. I went to block him out, you know, like fundamental, and the ball came off, and I remember going up to get it, and the next thing I know, I saw this big arm come over the top. He slammed that ball down so hard, I think the ball hit the floor, came up and hit me underneath the chin. I bit my tongue. I turned around, and there's 33 running the other way. That was probably his first 2 of 40-some that night. But he was, looking back at it, though, I think we even knew that night. We played against a guy that's as good as you could ever play against. And scouting reports back in those days weren't quite the way they are today. It was a little bit of you went in before the game and the coach
Nigga
says,
had the whole package.
okay, Lynch, you got
Shit ain't even
25, and Burris, you got 32, and we were just playing man-to-man defense, and we went through the season. Then our last college basketball game, my final game I played at Butler, it was at Hinkle, and it was Larry Bird and Indiana
That
State.
shit you can't coach right now. Hustle.
And so we were ready for him that night. He got 47 on us that night, and he could have scored 70. Of course, that was back before the 3-point shot. But we played against a lot of really good players, but there was no one like Larry. I mean, he was so good, and he could do anything he wanted on the court.
That day, Larry Bird, as a sophomore, set Indiana State's single-game scoring record against Butler. This record only lasted for 2 years, because on February 25th, 1979, versus Wichita State, Larry Bird broke his own record and set a mark that has not been broken for 45 years and counting.
This is the first time that Indiana State Sycamores have ever been on national television. And are they ready? They think they're number one. And they hope to prove today by remaining undefeated that they are number one. See, that's the man, Larry Bird. Galoshinsky. The jump against Gilbert and Bird control. Feeds up the call. Next to six.
He had the best hand-eye coordination, maybe, of anybody that ever played basketball. And that's why he was so good with his anticipation, both offensively and defensively.
That's IQ. If y'all ain't know, shout out Bob Knight. Real legend.
Of Larry Bird, supposed to be the best passing forward in basketball in some time.
But even though Larry Bird was the best passing forward in college basketball, instead of putting on a passing clinic, he decided to put on a shooting one.
He's having quite a game. He's that ball. Bird goes up and puts it in. Get out your calculators, man. Let's see what if Larry Bird off the backboard. Getting into gear now. Bird from the corner.
Stop.
Is he the best collegiate player in the country? Many people say he certainly is.
There wasn't anything he didn't think he could do on the basketball floor. Our game plan was to get the ball in his hands as much as possible, and he made good things happen.
Bird almost lost
Nigga
that
shooting
ball.
threes, man. Look at this. Stop
Now take the shot.
Shooting three before 3 points.
In your face. Here's where you catch Larry Bird. Watch him put the ball in the face there, take it in the face, then now watch him shoot it. Unbelievable. You know how far away that is? That's in left field.
By halftime, Larry Bird already had 22 points. But just imagine if he had a 3-point line to go with it.
This day to go undefeated. And with a 26 in a row, Larry Bird from way outside.
Nigga was shooting threes before threes, man. For real.
Indiana State is scoring.
She's gone. Nigga invented the 3-point line. Real life.
It seems that the further out he is, the more high percentage he gets the ball.
Shit amazing.
By himself. Look out. That's what happens. Look out. 9 points by my count.
And as Indiana State started pulling away, everyone knew that they were witnessing something special.
Bird comes up with it, puts it up, and it is good. Well, he's got 41 points already. He's putting on quite
No threes.
Knicks shooting high.
Look at this. Oh, man. They can play in position.
And there are the statistics on Larry Bird. 4 more points and he'll have an all-time high.
15 40-point games. Stop.
National television, and his team is
Nigga had 45 and 17.
It's unforgettable, unflappable, unselfish, and unstoppable. And I don't know who it is, but I think that person will receive the most valuable player. We'll think about it. Well, let's say we've got it. Larry Bird, $1,000 comes to Indiana State in his name. It's one of many accommodations he'll have before his collegiate and professional careers are over. Student body wants Larry Bird to have the ball. He's got the ball. He's got the shot. He's got the
Hey, he ain't no laughing going on. Buffalo went right back to his spot. Stop.
And to think, Larry Bird, one of the greatest players of all time, almost gave up his basketball career before it even started. But what exactly did Coach Bill Hodges say to Larry Bird the day they met to make Larry change career paths and play basketball at Indiana State? Well, I'll let Bill Hodges tell you exactly how it went down.
So, 2 days after I was in Terre Haute, we went to French Lick. And everybody had tried to recruit him, but nobody had been able to get very far with him. He had kind of a bad taste in his mouth. He didn't know what he was going to do, though. And we found his high school coach, so he took us over to meet Larry. And Larry wasn't there, and his mom said, "You coaches are just driving him crazy. Why don't you just go away and leave him alone?" Bam, she closed the door. Gary said, "Wow, I can't, she must have had a bad day because she's normally real nice."
But one slammed door wasn't enough to stop Bill Hodges, so he drove around French Lick, Indiana, until he could find Larry Bird himself.
So we drove around town and took Gary back. He said, "If you come back a couple days, I'll round Larry up and you can get to talk to him." Dan said, "Well, let's go back to Terre Haute." I said, No, I'm from Zionsville. Zionsville's about the same size as French Lick. We're going to find Larry." I said, hey, there aren't too many places you can hide a 6'8" guy in a town like this. And we drove around for a while, and I made a right turn and started down the street, and we were passing a laundry where you go in and wash your clothes.
Yeah.
And here comes this big blonde kid out of there, and I said, "There he is right there." And I pulled in. He said, "You think?" I said, "There can't be two of them in this town." And I got out and introduced myself. He wouldn't shake hands because he had been working on his truck, and he was carrying a basket of clothes, and he put it in the car. And I started talking to him about, we'd like to talk to you about Indiana State. He said, "Well, I'm busy working on my truck right now. I just don't think I have time right now." And his grandmother, she heard me talking with him. So she come around there and she said, "Larry, these nice fellows were, they took their time to drive all this way to see you. Invite them up to the house for some iced tea." "Oh, Granny, I'm working on my truck." "Larry?" And that was all there was to that. He didn't say anymore. So we followed him up there, and she fixed his tea, and we sat and talked with him.
This golden opportunity was almost ruined by Bill's assistant, because what he didn't know was, just like on the basketball court, Larry Bird was not above doing the dirty work.
We kept talking, and he was telling us about working for the city. I
It's
said,
that
"What
garbage
do you do?"
truck
He said,
shit
"Well,
right there, man. That's
each
where the
day of the
rebound
week is
comes from.
different. We paint the curbs one week, and we might pick up dead limbs and maybe plant flowers or in the parks on Tuesday, and then we do this Wednesday, and on Thursday we pick up garbage." I said, "Do you drive the truck?" He said, "Hell no, Sam drives the truck. I work on the back."
Out there.
And it kind of kept going there, and so Stan had kind of said, "Well, you want to work on a garbage truck the rest of your life?" And Larry kind of looked over and said, "I kind of like the job." And I knew that wasn't making him happy. So I said, "Stan, let's go. We got to get out of here." And let Larry get back to work on his truck.
Luckily, Bill Hodges was there to redirect the conversation, because if he wasn't, Larry Bird may have been content being a garbage collector for the rest of his life. Because out of all of the coaches and the recruiters that tried to get Larry to come to their school, Bill Hodges was the only person to connect with Larry, because they were both from small towns and had a lot in common. But then, Bill said something to Larry that woke up a sleeping giant.
We talked about Plan A, which both of us had. We talked about baling hay, and that's what he did during the summer. That's all I did during the summer. And we had a lot in common, small towns, and just we knew each other, I was talking about recruiting. We had to have a point guard, and he said, "Well, you ought to get Kevin Carnes." He said, "My cousin Kevin Carnes, he was a senior when I was a junior. He said if he had gone to college, he'd have been a great player." And I looked at him and I said, "Larry, if you don't come and go to Indiana State with us, that's what they're going to say about you one day." And boy, that's the first time he looked me in the eye all day. And I knew I had him.
And when Bill Hodges came back to French Lick 2 days later and knocked on Larry Bird's door, Larry's mother answered again. But this time, she was singing a completely different tune.
We headed back to Terre Haute, and I got all the papers that we needed to get signed and filled them out and addressed the envelope to Indiana. And 2 days later, I drove down there and knocked on the door. His mother answered the door. She said, "Oh, come in, Coach. It's good to see."
A different
I'm thinking,
tone.
wow, is this a different reception? And Larry said, "How do you know I was going to sign? How do you know?" I said, "Well, if you're an intelligent kid, and this is the intelligent choice to make. So all you have to do is sign right here, and I'll mail it for you. And he signed it, and the rest is history.
Larry Bird went on to have one of the greatest college careers ever. And as a senior, he led a relatively unknown Indiana State team to a 33-0 record and a berth in the national title game, prompting some experts to say that Larry Bird was the greatest college player of all time.
Bird gets it to Heaton. He's the touchdown. Heaton back in time. He did it. Time is over. Game is over. Bob Heaton takes Indiana State undefeated. They're over the Final Four.
Larry had to do more with less. I think, frankly, that Larry Bird getting the 1978-79 Indiana State team to the finals with a 33-0 record is the single greatest personal achievement in the history of college basketball.
I hear what you're saying about Kareem. I'm actually old enough, I got to watch Wilt Chamberlain play college basketball at Kansas, and it was the same impact where he was just unstoppable. But Shannon, you grew up a fan of one Larry Joe Bird. And I got to tell you, the harder I look at what Larry Bird did with an Indiana State team, well, Larry Bird basically picked 4 guys from Terre Haute and said, you guys come out here and let's go try to win the NCAA championship. And I've never seen anything like what Larry did. Larry Bird took them to 33-0. And when you look at what they did, again, I'm going to give, I know what you're talking about, most important. Yeah, I got it. But most important or most valuable to one season, man, what Bird did was just off the charts. We've never seen anything like that. It's just hard to go that far with that little. And Larry Bird did so much with so little.
I'll just have to say now, everybody's got their favorite player and everything, but there's no question at all who it was the best player in NBA basketball. There is no doubt. And it's Larry Bird. I don't care. I'm prejudiced, maybe, or but I mean, all-around player. Now, there'll never be. I don't think anybody will ever be like him.
Whole moral of the story from what I got from this nigga. First of all, when I see the number 33, all I think about is Bird. Like, that nigga a real legend. Like, you a hooper, you wear that 33 on your back, man, on the front and the back. Make sure you got them go out there and handle something now. You put that number on you, but don't be claiming that number. You put that goddamn number on. You hear me? Like, make sure you go handle. Don't be out there lollygagging. You put that number on. Oh, that nigga out there playing. That nigga don't know what that 33 mean. For real, boy, you gotta have that shit on, but you better go out there and handle something. You got that 33 on. You better have a jump shot too, y'all. Yeah, lock down, hey. Shit ain't no game out here, man. That nigga a real legend. Real life. Went to Indiana State, led them boys to the championship game to face Magic Magic Johnson. Real legend. Showtime. Come on, man. Them folk cool ever since. Them folk got cool off competitiveness. Real legend. Nigga came to Bird Mama house. Them folk fixed lunch and everything. That nigga grandma fixed lunch and everything. Real legend. Go be it. I'm gonna tell you that was legendary out throughout this whole thing though. Nigga got the coach to come recruit. Coach came to his damn house before this shit was even. This is what they do today. I'm talking about. Nigga went back to the house from Indiana. Man, I'm good. The nigga had the coach come from Indiana State to recruit him. Knock on his door. That's when you know you're legendary, man. That's when you know that nigga a real hooper. Real legend. Like, come on, man. That nigga. Real legend. Y'all already know what it is. I swear this nigga's a real legend. Like, come on, man. Nigga had the coach to recruit him. Like, coach and he didn't get tired. Damn, coach kept coming back. That's when you know you top dog, man. Nigga top dog, man. The 3 MVPs. Well deserved. That nigga got 3 straight MVPs. The most all-around player, the greatest all-around player in the league. The most complete player ever. To touch an NBA floor. They had the whole package in high school. They was shooting threes before threes, man. Before even they calculated, before it even was a line. You see it right there. Shit legendary. This shit amazing. Clap it up. Legendary Big Bird. Don't forget though, you wear that 33, man. Make sure you wear that motherfucking hoop in it though. Don't be wearing that motherfucker you out there playing though. And you might be a 6 man, you got 33 on. Yeah, you better be coaching, trying to help the team or something. That 33 big time around here. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I thank y'all for watching the full video. Shout out to the real junkies, shout out to the real crackheads, shout out to the real legends. Mama, grandma, auntie, uncle. The real, we love y'all to the end. It's legendary around here. I hope everybody enjoy the rest of their day. It's big. We thank you, Lord, for another. And don't forget, it's Game 7. We're going to be back with another video. After this video, make sure y'all stay prayed up. Y'all be safe. Y'all be good. No.
Make sure my business handle. Make sure my fam straight. I know these niggas gon' hate. I know the real gon' relate. I know I'm here for a reason. I know I'm serving the purpose. Got niggas that's serving the sentence. The boy be out in a minute, you know? And I'm tryna live up to my name, my nigga. Find a way up out the game, my nigga.